fishing news is brought to you by Okuma.
Hey there, Toby Lapinski from the New England edition of the Fisherman magazine with this week's web video fishing forecast for New England. Well, we finally got a little reprise from the weather here. It is no longer quite as cold. The snow obviously has stopped midweek here. We've got some rather nice temperature, but as you can see, we still got frozen salt water out here, so it just shows exactly how cold it was last week. I've been seeing photos from across New England, up on the Cape, places where harbors were frozen solid. Up in Maine, guys were skating in the surf. I mean, it's just crazy what hit last week, but fortunately, we're kind of out of it for now. And that leads me into the next point. It's almost the official kickoff of the 2018 fishing, hunting, boating, and outdoor show season here in New England. Well, the first official show for us in the Fisherman magazine, New England edition, does not take place until the 26th of January, when we'll be at the New England Fishing and Outdoor Expo in Boxboro, Mass. You can always take a trip over to Long Island this weekend for Striper Day 2018, presented by the Surfcasters Journal. While I will unfortunately not be able to attend this weekend, I have plans here in New England, we will have representatives on hand from the Fisherman at this excellent show. If you'd like a full look at where and when you can come see us here in New England this winter, check out the 2018 show schedule posted at thefisherman.com, or you can always check out the full events calendar. All right, moving on into the fishing reports for the weekend. Big weather event last week put a solid halt to the cod fishing over the weekend into the early part of this week, but this midweek warm-up that we're experiencing is allowing the boats to get back out on the water. But unfortunately, if you were waiting to see how they did, to give it a shot yourself, you just might have missed a little weather window, as it looks like a return to nautical weather by the weekend. Off a block, I saw a forecast looking 9, 10, 12-foot seas coming through the weekend. So obviously that's going to keep the boat tied to the docks. But you know, that's just the way it is for winter cod fishing here in New England, as you need to be ready to go at the drop of a hat when Mother Nature provides a weather window fishing opportunity. However, more consistent fishing action right now in New England, actually across all of New England, is ice fishing. Something we've not really had in any extended, lengthy period of time in the winter for at least not last year, and the year before was a little bit better, but I mean, we've had solid ice fishing now for, geez, almost a month in some areas of mid to southern New England. This midweek warm-up that I mentioned before in the cod part, well, it's a positive for those guys trying to get out cod fishing. It's not quite as good for ice anglers, but we should see most of the safe ice withstand these warmed temperatures, as we just got so cold last week. It really built a lot of ice for us. Got word up on the Cape. Chris at the Goose Hummock reports that pickerel have been very active under the ice up there, as well as some yellow perch. Largemouth bass have been decent in the smaller ponds, but the bigger ponds that have enough safe ice to fish seem to be a little bit slower for now. Some of the trout ponds with safe ice have also been producing some nice browns and rainbows. In Connecticut, we've got kind of a bit of everything being caught through the ice. We've heard of largemouth bass, loads of panfish, some really nice pike being iced, and those who know how and where to target walleye have even been icing some nice eyes. And I even spoke with an angler who jigged up a handful of stripers through the ice this week. But I gotta caution you, with this little warm-up, just because you had more than enough safe ice on your last trip, be extra careful that next trip out, because while we had a lot of ice, as I noted, we are gonna lose some of it with this warm weather. So just be extra careful, don't take the risk, be safe, and wanna see you around for next week so you can catch next week's forecast. So there you have it. As always, I'm Toby Lapinski for the New England edition of the Fisherman magazine, wishing you tight lines if you head out onto the water or the ice this weekend.